within maybe 10 or 15 minutes, a lead came through and I was like, oh my God, it's working. Like I did it. So I'm Kim and my partner Corey, who's a bathroom builder. We've kind of been building and designing bathrooms for the past decade. We've gained a lot of experience on site as builders dealing with the whole renovation process. And we kind of just started documenting a lot of things and sharing our knowledge online and have kind of made a bit of credibility behind what we do and what we know. And yeah, we just wanted to share kind of all the do's and don'ts of renovating to help people who are on their renovation journey because we know how overwhelming it is.
What was the kind of like turning point to reach out to us?
So the turning point we had was we figured out how to do organic marketing quite well. So we figured out how to kind of make things go viral through hooks, all these sort of common strategies of reaching an audience. We
Mhm.
did that really well and we kind of figured out the formula that worked. And then when it came to actually running ads and getting customers, I quickly learned how different that was to marketing to an organic audience versus someone that's ready to buy.
Yeah.
So we definitely shifted trying to figure out what that formula was. And that's when we started looking for either an agency. I had done a couple of, $99 courses on how to run Facebook ads, things like that. So I was in that trench of trying to find the formula, and I had implemented probably like five strategies by taught people or courses that kind of worked, but just wasn't working enough. And I felt like I was losing money on ads. So I was really stuck on like what to do. Like I hadn't figured it out. So I was really looking for that.
Oh,
Mm.
gotcha. Did you go with an agency at any point?
Nearly. We had a few like onboarding interviews
Oh
and
yeah.
they gave us like retainer pricing, things like that. And we were sort of umming and ahhing about the investment because we felt like we weren't a huge business yet to be investing like 10K a month, like
Yeah.
straight away,
That's insane.
And and I was hesitant because I felt like I really lacked the knowledge in how like I'm quite computer savvy and I feel like I had a basic understanding of ads, but I just didn't know how to get them working or how to understand if they were working.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to learn that as well as getting an agency so that I knew if they were doing a good job or not. I didn't, want to get fucked over and lose all this money and things like that. So I was really looking to learn. So that was the biggest thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what we get in terms of feedback from a lot of people. And sometimes, actually, we've got a couple of members who have grown so big that they've gone back to an agency to do the heavy
Yeah.
lifting, but now they know what a good ad looks like and they can actually
Yes.
kind of monitor what the agency is doing now instead of like flying blind
Yeah.
because they had no authority or they didn't have any advocacy to say anything about it.
Yeah.
So now they're in a much stronger position to kind of recognize when the agency isn't doing stuff that they should be doing.
Yeah. That's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just on the, I know that you had some hesitations on the price point for the agency. Did you have any hesitations before joining us in terms of either the price point or how it was structured? And was there anything that kind of got you over the line?
Not too much. I think what sold it for me was how it was explained that I really agreed with the standpoint that as a business owner, no one knows your business or customer better than you do.
Yeah.
And I, as well as being niche specific, like when you sign up to an agency, they're working with heaps of different styles of businesses. And same with you guys, it's like different businesses, but you kind of reassured me that it was service based, as long
Yes,
as you were
that's
selling a service, that
yeah.
it was going to work. And I could feel, it's hard to explain what it was, but I felt confident that I was going to get the strategy or this missing piece that I was after, like the formula. I really wanted the formula, whether it was delivered in a course or a workshop. I didn't really care, but I kind of just liked that it's like, here's it given to you, here's how to implement it. And then all the other support or advisory calls was just like a cherry on top type thing.
Was there a result that you saw in a number or in terms of like the quality of leads where you had a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, the effort that I put in, it's coming out and it's working for us. Like we're on the right track here.
Yeah, I think just volume of leads. Like
Oh,
I've
nice.
run ads before and gotten reach, like great numbers in reach and but in terms of actually people clicking on it and then submitting something, I think I put up the ad and within maybe 10 or 15 minutes a lead came through and I was like, "Oh my God, it's working." Like I did it. Like I did it. Like it was just instant relief and that was enough for me to be so instant that I felt like it was definitely worth it. And then yeah, then it was just volume from there. I think the next challenge we're figuring out quality of leads. But still in saying that, I
Yeah,
don't feel
yeah.
like we've been doing it long enough to understand that that might just be the number that we need in order to, whatever that conversion rate is. So I'm understanding of all that. I'm just happy that leads come through and like they actually answer the phone and they're interested. So yeah.
Awesome. We love that. And the business has expanded. I assume that you're getting more leads, you're getting more work kind of done as well. But in terms of your lifestyle or personally, did the having the confidence that leads were predictable leads were coming through and that the system was working, did that change anything for you into like personally or lifestyle wise?
Probably, yeah, as a business owner, just obviously more peace of mind
Yeah.
that income's going to be a bit more consistent. And I think if anything, it kind of motivated us as business partners that we could actually start forward thinking. So we've started thinking to the next step of how do we scale this? What can we outsource? What's the long term? It just allowed us to work on the fun stuff of growing the business rather than feeling like we had to scramble for where's the work going to come from type thing. So for sure.
Cool. And so that kind of allows you to do like more future planning kind of stuff in terms of
Yeah.
like, yeah, love that. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we want. Um, and which part of the program, I know that you were looking for the process, but was there, after you got the process, was there, which part of the program did you feel like you got the most benefit from or that you appreciated the most? So it might have been the workshop or the program as itself or advisory calls or even the webinars or anything?
Yeah, I would say obviously the workshop, probably the most value inside of the workshop was getting clarity on the exact setup of the Facebook logistics. That's where I was getting lost. And then seeing how many things that I was doing wrong before versus what you guys were telling me to do. There was a very stark difference that I could see would then give results. So the clarity in kind of walking through step by step to know that you're not doing anything wrong and it's set up and then equally as valuable as the template structure on how to write a good ad
Ah,
because
yeah.
I very much understand, hooks and scripting like we know that with our organic content. So to have the right type of script structure for an ad was just as valuable as the setup because I knew how that would sort of convert to, leads and things like that. So those probably two going hand in hand, I felt like for me was the secret sauce on how to do it. I feel like that alone was the value that I was looking for. And then everything outside of that was just a huge bonus, like the advisory calls and being able to jump on with you and check them and get that clarity and not stress was like amazing. So, yeah.
Oh, that is so great. Thank you. And just finally, if anyone was unsure about joining where you or they were on the fence, is there kind of some advice or some pointers that you would give them?
Um, I would say obviously just doing research. I feel like the testimonials are, they're hard to do. So just do research, look at the testimonials. Um, and yeah, I just think the messaging in the fact of how right, you guys and Brandon were in the sense of no one's going to be able to sell or advertise better than you are as the business owner. And I think I definitely agree with that. Like, even if you're not confident in front of the camera, or doing things that are a bit different, like it's your business at the end of the day, and you just kind of need to do and act in the best interest of your business. So putting yourself out there, learning something new, like it's an investment. It's not just a business expense. It's like you're investing in yourself as an entrepreneur and for your business. And even if you went bankrupt the next day, I think it's a skill that you'll be able to carry across either into your next business or someone else's business. So I personally think it's invaluable.